on this very issue. The Ministry of External Affairs has responded now to Pakistan Army Chief General's remarks during a press briefing, strongly registering objection to the Pakistan officials' Kashmir overtures. Ministry of External Affairs spokesperson Adi Jaiswal has slammed General Asim Munir's Kashmir comments, asking how could a foreign entity be claimed as a jugular vein. The ministry has asserted that Kashmir was a union territory of the Indian subcontinent and hit back at Pakistan, asking them to vacate POK. Pathikrit Pine, in fact, is also still live with us. Pathikrit, finally a response from the Indian side. The Ministry of External Affairs has slammed Pakistan General's comments. They've said, how can a foreign entity be a jugular vein of them? Jammu and Kashmir is our integral part. It's our union territory. In fact, they need to vacate POK immediately.
Well, absolutely, Uday. I congratulate the Ministry of External Affairs for this strong response. See, the Pakistanis actually can't do anything in Kashmir. They can't even defend half their own territory. But my only point is, my only submission is that there's a difference between, along with the response, we also need to realize where we faltered in the name of ultra-secularism. That is the only thing. Otherwise, I strongly support the response. But we should not stop at the response itself. We must introspect as a country from 1947 onwards, where all we faltered and what all we should do. I completely agree with Madhav sir when he said that the present dispensation is doing a lot of good work. And I think people must support. And there are a lot of work still left to be done, which has to be collectively done. But the first and the most important thing is the realization that we have actually stabbed ourselves in the back by being too much ultra-secular, by being too much politically correct. That is the thing. We don't need any validation from the West. West kya kahega agar hum ye kar de to. I am not saying we should be dividing the country on religious lines. I'm only saying the whole essence of Bharatiyata, what Prime Minister Modi is, actually advocating, has to be inculcated in our own education system, so that every Muslim, every person of any religion must understand the Sanskriti of this country. The Sanskriti part I'm saying, you have to, we are culturally all the same. That aspect is important. Pakistan is, will go away. Somebody.
All right, my thanks to all of our guests for joining us on the broadcast. Let's in fact listen in now to what the Ministry of External Affairs had to say.
And with that, I open the floor for questions. So we start. Okay. Siddhant.
Hi sir, Siddhant from Vion. My question is on the remarks made by the Pakistani Army Chief raking Kashmir and also mentioning the two-nation theory about, so what's the Indian reaction on that?
Krishnamohan.
Sir, Krishnamohan Sharma from Bharat Express. जिस तरीके से बांग्लादेश की स्थिति थी वो चिंताजनक थी, जो 24 साउथ परगना में और जिस तरह से मुर्शिदाबाद में उनके लोगों का वहाँ पे वो पाया गया, इन्वॉल्वमेंट पाया गया है, तो क्या हम उन पर कोई अपनी नाराजगी उनको व्यक्त कर रहे हैं?
नीरज.
सर, ट्रम्प के टैरिफ के बीच अमेरिकी उपराष्ट्रपति भारत दौरे पर आ रहे हैं. क्या प्रधानमंत्री मोदी से जब मिलेंगे तो टैरिफ फोकस का एक महत्वपूर्ण मुद्दा होगा, और कैलाश मानसरोवर की यात्रा की शुरुआत को लेकर कोई भारत और चीन के बीच तारीख को लेकर सहमति बन गई है?
Sir, this is Ubir from the Tribune. Sir, my question is about Australia has launched a visa crackdown on Indians from 5 states including Punjab, Haryana, Gujarat and UP and Bihar. So has government taken note of it?
Can you come again, Ubir?
Sir, I'm saying Australia has launched visa crackdown on Indians. But
Visa cut down?
Crackdown. Indians from 5 states.
Okay. Sahil.
So good afternoon, I'm Sahil Pandey from ENI. So Belgium just confirmed that they have arrested Mehul Choksi and also confirmed that India has asked for the extradition. Is there any update regarding that, sir?
Okay. So let's go to these 5 questions first. Siddharth, regarding your question on the comments. See, how can anything foreign be there in a jugular vein? This is a union territory of India. Its only relationship with Pakistan is the vacation of illegally occupied territories by that country. So this is my response to your question. Krishna Mohan ji, जहाँ तक बांग्लादेशियों का सवाल आपने कहा, जो भी विदेशी नागरिक हमारे देश में रहते हैं, चाहे वो वैध रूप से रहें, चाहे अवैध रूप से रहें, ये मसला जो है हमारे गृह मंत्रालय का है, और गृह मंत्रालय उसके लाभ में जो भी और भी राज्य हैं, उनके जो तंत्र हैं, इस पर वो काम करते हैं, विधिवत, कानूनबद्ध, जो हमारे गाइडलाइंस है उसके मुताबिक। नीरज, अमेरिका के उपराष्ट्रपति भारत आ रहे हैं, इसके बारे में हम लोगों ने आपको जानकारी दी। उनकी यात्रा 21 से 24 अप्रैल तक है। उस यात्रा के दरमियान उनकी मुलाकात भारत के प्रधानमंत्री से होगी। उस दौरान जो बातचीत होगी उसमें जितने मुद्दे हैं भारत और अमेरिका के बीच, द्विपक्षीय मुद्दे हैं, उन पर बातचीत होगी। उसके अलावे आपका सवाल था कैलाश मानसरोवर यात्रा को लेके। तो कैलाश मानसरोवर यात्रा, यस, उसमें जो है हम लोग जल्द ही उस पर कुछ और नोटिस पब्लिक के लिए जारी करेंगे और जल्द ही यात्रा शुरुआत होने की संभावना है। ये मेरे पास अभी आपकी जानकारी के लिए इतना मैं आपके संज्ञान में लाना चाहता हूं। Ubir, regarding your question on visa matters, visa matters are sovereign matters. So whether Australia wants to issue or any other one country wants to visa to X or Y, it is their prerogative. So that is how we look at it. Sahil, on Mehul Choksi case, we, as you are aware, based on our extradition request, he was arrested in Belgium. We are closely working with the Belgian side for his extradition to India so that he can face trial in the country. Can we have more questions? Should we go this side then? Santosh ji.
सर संतोष ठाकुर भारत से। सर चाइना ने ये बोला है कि अमेरिका से लड़ने के लिए भारत जो है उसके साथ हाथ मिला है, तो उस पे टैरिफ वॉर को लेकर, तो उस पे भारत की क्या सोच है और क्या हमारा नजरिया है? थैंक यू।
Jugal.
Hi sir, this is Jugal from the BBC. So the question is today, as the press conference is going on, the Pakistani Foreign Secretary is in Bangladesh. I understand it's the first meeting between the two sides at that level in 15 years. How does India view these developments? Does it show the distance that Bangladesh has travelled both, away from India and possibly towards Pakistan? If you can clarify. Okay. The other aspect is US-Iran talks on nuclear deal are ongoing. I think the second round is due very soon. As a country that shares civilizational and cultural links with Iran, what is India's stand on this? And if you can update us on the invite from Prime Minister to visit Russia.
Sorry?
If you can update us on the invite to the Prime Minister to visit Russia, which I think you mentioned last time around.
So I answered that question last time around also. Anyway.
If there's an update.
Ajay.
Sir, good afternoon. Ajay Banerjee from the Tribune this side. Sir, I need a little clarification. Is the route for the Mansarovar Yatra, is the route via Denchok also being considered? There was some kind of a survey being done for the route's viability to go into Mansarovar Yatra, or are we sticking to the old Sikkim route?
Suhasini.
This is Suhasini Haider from The Hindu. I wanted to ask about a number of events involving Indians in trouble in the United States. An Indian student is part of a group of 4 who have now gone and petitioned after being asked to self-deport. and said that his student visa has been revoked. Dozens of other Indians have received such messages. There are tourists who have complained, Indian tourists who have complained that they have been stopped or treated badly, mistreated, put through security checks when they enter the US. There are green card holders who are Indian citizens who have been denied re-entry into the US. My question is, several European countries have now issued travel advisories for people wanting to go to the US. Others are putting out advisories for students in particular. And there are embassies in the US who are supporting their citizenry there. What is the Ministry of External Affairs really doing for Indians who find themselves on the wrong side of a new administration there and for no fault of their own seem to be prosecuted there?
Okay. There you go.
Megha Sharma from NewsX. I would just like to get any information update on Prime Minister Narendra Modi's Saudi visit. What are the key points that are likely to be part of the discussion between the two leaders, and is IMAC going to be a topic of conversation?
Okay. मेरे पास 5 सवाल है संतोष जी। पहला सवाल आपका, देखिए जहां टैरिफ का मुद्दा है, टैरिफ के मुद्दे पे हमारी अमेरिकी सरकार के साथ बात हो रही है और लगातार बात हो रही है ताकि हम लोग ये जो बायलैटरल ट्रेड एग्रीमेंट की बात कर रहे हैं उसका जल्द उसको एक रूप दिया जाए। जहां तक आपके दूसरे पक्ष है सवाल में, जो दूसरा पक्ष है चीन की बात है, चीन के साथ हमारी बातचीत चल रही है अन्य मुद्दे पर और ये उसको हम धीरे धीरे आगे ले जा रहे हैं। जैसे कि मैंने अभी बताया कि कैलाश मानसरोवर यात्रा के बारे में एक एक्सपेक्टेशन है कि जल्द ही शुरुआत होगी और हम लोग जल्द ही लोगों के लिए नोटिस भी जारी करेंगे। तो ये दोनों मुद्दे जो हैं इसको आप अलग अलग रख के देखा जाए। जुगल, रिगार्डिंग क्वेश्चन अबाउट द विजिट ऑफ फॉरेन सेक्रेटरी of Pakistan to Bangladesh, yes, we have taken note of it. On your question as to what are our comments on ongoing US-Iran talks, well, we see the ongoing US-Iran talks as a positive development. We have always stood for dialogue and diplomacy as the way forward on such issues. We hope it would lead to the resolution of the matter to the mutual satisfaction of all concerned and contribute to peace and stability in the region. On Russia invitation, yes, Prime Minister has received invitation, and as I told you, I had said last time in the presser that our participation in the Victory Day celebration will be announced at the appropriate time. Ajay, Mansarovar Yatra, I do not have any visibility on the granular details that you've asked for. What I do understand is that the yatra will happen this year, and we are making preparations, and more information would be put out for the public soon. Suhasini, on your question regarding Indian students and travelers to the United States, we are aware that several Indian students have received communication from the US government regarding their F1 visa status, which happens to be the student visa. We are looking into the matter. Our embassy and consulate, they are in touch with the students to provide support. So that is how I would respond to your question. Megha, on the Prime Minister's visit, we should be making an announcement soon. Also, there will be a press briefing before the visit, so please hold on. Also, if the visit takes place and we announce the visit, obviously it's a bilateral relationship which is very important, and all aspects of this strategic partnership will be discussed. Saudi Arabia is a very important partner for us in several respects, and the relationship has seen expansion in all areas in the last several years. So we look forward to a fruitful visit, but please wait for the announcement of the visit. Siddhant? Kalol?
Hi sir, I'm Siddhant from CNN News 18. So my question is regarding India's participation in Def Expo in Tanzania and also the military exercises happening off the east coast of Africa.
Okay. Elena?
Good afternoon, Ilyana TASS News Agency. My question is on the RIC format, Russia, India, China, Trilateral grouping. What is India's assessment of the strengthening this RIC format, and especially in the current geopolitical situation, and how India see the development of this trilateral grouping, and when India thinks may meeting in this format resume on the level foreign ministers or maybe leaders on the level of leaders. Thank you.
Nirmala and then Keshav.
Hi, Nirmala from the Straits Times. I just wanted to ask you, how would you kind of describe India-Bangladesh ties, economic ties, given that Bangladesh has restricted import of Indian yarn and also the transshipment issue? And also, does the global trade conditions, does it kind of give cause for greater economic integration in South Asia?
Keshav?
Sir, thank you. Keshav Padmanabhan from The Print. I think it was the evening before last when Prime Minister Modi held a telephonic conversation with his Danish counterpart. At any point during the phone call, did India, perchance the Prime Minister, reiterate his support for the territorial integrity and sovereignty of Denmark? And were issues around that potentially discussed, given what is happening in the global world when it comes to Denmark and US ties? Thank you.
Ima?
Any update on India-China air links? When will that happen?
Okay, so Siddhant, Def Expo and the exercise that you talked about, our Minister of State for Defense had traveled to Tanzania recently to be part of the first edition of India-Africa multinational maritime exercise. So this was the first edition. It was co-hosted by Tanzania and India. First time that we did a multinational exercise involving 9 countries off the coast of Africa, and those 9 countries are Tanzania, Comoros, Djibouti, Kenya, Madagascar, Mauritius, Mozambique, Seychelles and South Africa. This exercise was an important it was hosted by Tanzania. It was an important milestone in India-Tanzania relations, but also our relationship with Africa in general. This exercise positions both India and Africa in a leadership role as far as regional security is concerned, security of Indian Ocean region is concerned, in line with our vision of Mahasagar. On this particular exercise, I think it finishes on 18th. On the sidelines of this exercise, we also had a Def Expo. Several countries participated. India was also one of them. And around 24 Indian companies, they displayed their defense products as part of this Defense Expo show. Did you have any other questions, Siddhant? Elena, on your question about RIC, see, RIC is a platform which serves as a consultative mechanism between the 3 countries on for conversation on global and regional issues. The conversation under the RIC format will resume at an appropriate time when the 3 countries involved, they mutually decide to take it forward. Nirmala, your questions regarding India-Bangladesh ties. Several times we have said that, and this was repeated when a Prime Minister met the Chief Advisor in Bangladesh, India looks forward to having a positive and constructive relationship with Bangladesh. We stand for a democratic, for an inclusive and for a prosperous Bangladesh. As far as trade issues are concerned, last week we had made an announcement regarding transshipment facility. We had taken that measure because of the congestion that we see on our ports and our airports. But I would also remind you, please do have a look at the developments that have happened on the Bangladeshi side. Issue about regional integration and trade is concerned. Our announcement regarding transshipment, it in no manner impacts Bangladesh's exports to Nepal and Bhutan. So, we do have that in mind, that regional trade needs to be promoted. So that is how I would look at India-Bangladesh ties. We have continued to call for constructive and positive engagement in our relationship. Keshav, yes, Prime Minister did have a telephone conversation with the Prime Minister of Denmark. I think it happened on 2 days back, that is on 15th. With Denmark, we have a very strong partnership which is based on doing the sustainable agenda together. We have a strategic green partnership with Denmark. We also have a lot of Danish investments in clean, green and tech sectors, and likewise Indian companies are also participating in the tech sectors and several other economic aspects of Denmark. During the telecon, both leaders, they discussed global issues as well and regional issues as well. And the Prime Minister also conveyed that he looks forward to meeting the Prime Minister of Denmark on the sidelines of the third Nordic Summit, which is to be held later this year. So it was a positive conversation. It was a good conversation, a conversation which has given a push to Denmark-India ties. Seema, on flight. See, in principle, both countries have agreed that flight operations will resume. The technical teams on both sides are looking into the technical arrangements for the flight services to resume. I will try to give you an update. When Foreign Secretary had visited, in principle, as I told you, it was agreed that when Foreign Secretary had visited Beijing, that is, that both sides had agreed to resume direct air services. It was also agreed that relevant technical authorities would meet and negotiate an updated framework. An updated framework is something that is required to begin direct flight services. The two civil aviation authorities have met and are discussing the relevant modalities, including the updated framework. So once this updated framework, which is a technical level discussion, arrangements between the civil aviation authorities of both sides, we will see this direct flight connectivity and air services connectivity between both countries restored. I don't have a timeline at this point in time, but to say that technical level discussions are happening, which means that things are moving in the right direction. Kalol?
Kalol Bhattacharjee from the Hindu. So it's very interesting that you have asked us to look at developments that have taken place on the Bangladeshi side. In this context, would you also, refer to the development that has taken place 3 days ago, that is Bangladesh stopping export of yarn to India?
JP?
सर मैं जयप्रकाश दैनिक जागरण से अभी सर 2-3 दिन पहले चीन के एम्बेसडर ने ये बताया था कि 85,000 इंडियंस को वीज़ा दिया गया है. आप बता सकते हैं कि भारत की क्या स्थिति है, भारत ने कितना वीज़ा दिया है, और जो बिजनेस कम्युनिटी की डिमांड थी कि स्पेशलाइज्ड वीज़ा दिया जाए चाइनीज लेबरर्स को या एक्सपर्ट्स को, उसकी क्या स्थिति है?
Shivam?
Hi sir, thank you. Shivam here from Reuters News. So China has taken a stand against President Donald Trump's tariffs. Is there a situation, China is also looking for enhanced trade with other countries. There is some reporting that China has also reached out to India with discounted offers on certain products. In the future, are we going to see enhanced trade, or are we sort of looking at any offers from China on this front?
Rishabh?
Good evening, sir. Rishabh from Times Now. So the day Tahawur Rana was extradited to India, in a press conference last Thursday, Pakistan made a comment that Tahawur Rana has not renewed his Pakistani document and he is a Canadian citizen. In a way, washing their hands of Tahawur Rana. Any comments on that from India? Also, there are reports that on 23rd of April, few political parties are planning to gherao Indian High Commission in Dhaka on the issue of Waqf Amendment Act that has been passed by the Parliament. Any comment on that, sir?
Okay. नीरज?
सर नमस्कार, मैं नीरज दुबे प्रभा साक्षी से। सर मेरा सवाल है कि क्वाड का क्या होगा, क्योंकि टैरिफ्स को लेकर जिस तरीके से ऑस्ट्रेलिया और जापान ने भी अमेरिका से नाखुशी जताई है, आपने कहा कि भारत की व्यापार वार्ता अमेरिका से चल रही है, लेकिन एक तरफ चीन से भी हमारे संबंधों में सुधार हो रहा है, तो इस साल भारत में क्वाड वार्ता होने वाली थी, तो क्या भविष्य नजर आ रहा है सर आपको?
ठीक है. Kalol, regarding developments in Bangladesh, you are an informed journalist. You follow all developments closely, as we do. So I would urge you to look at all the developments that have happened. JP, वीज़ा को लेके देखिए, चीन के साथ हमारी बातचीत चल रही है और कई एक स्तर पे चल रही है. उस बातचीत के दौरान हम लोगों ने बहुत सारे मुद्दे पे बात की. उसमें पीपल टू पीपल जो है, लोगों के बीच में आवाजाही के बारे में, डायरेक्ट एयर सर्विसेज के बारे में, कैलाश मानसरोवर की यात्रा में, तो लाजमी है कि ये सब बातें जब करेंगे तो उसमें जो वीज़ा की जो पद्धति है उसमें भी एक प्रकार से दोनों देशों के बीच में सहमति बनेगी कि क्या करना है. आपने एक आंकड़ा दिया चीन की तरफ से, मेरे पास आंकड़ा ये नहीं है, लेकिन मैंने जैसे कहा कि इन सभी चीज़ों पे बातचीत चल रही है. Shivam, on your question, I have said this before as well, but I would like to repeat it for the sake of your question. When our foreign secretary visited China in January this year, both sides agreed to resume extant dialogue mechanisms for functional exchanges in a step-by-step manner to address each other's priority areas of interest and concern. Specific concerns in the economic and trade areas, including India's trade deficit, will be discussed through relevant mechanisms with a view to resolving these issues and promoting long-term policy transparency and predictability. Rishabh, on your question, Pakistan may try very hard, but its reputation as the epicenter of global terrorism will not diminish. The extradition of Rana is a reminder yet again to Pakistan that it needs to act to bring to justice other perpetrators of Mumbai terror attacks, whom it continues to shield. On Waqf, you would have seen debates, discussions, also all the elements of Waqf bill. This is an internal matter of India, and it is the Waqf Amendment Bill proposes several inclusive policies to make the amendment bill more inclusive, more progressive, and so that there are greater benefits to the intended beneficiaries. देखिए, तहव्वुर राणा पे देखिए, पाकिस्तान चाहे कितनी चाहे, है ना, उसकी जो एक रेपुटेशन है कि वो दुनिया में आतंकवाद का वो केंद्र बिंदु है, एपिसेंटर है, ये बना रहेगा, चाहे वो अपने आप को कितने इस प्रकार के बयानबाजी देके अपने को दूर करना चाहे. और राणा की जो एक्सट्रेडिशन हुई है, प्रत्यर्पण हुई है, वो एक बार फिर इस बात को उजागर करता है कि पाकिस्तान जिन लोगों को शरण दे रहा है, जो मुंबई अटैक में जो लोग जिम्मेवार हैं, उसके कारण उनको जल्द से जल्द कानून के सामने लाया जाए और वो कड़े से कड़ी कार्रवाई करे, ताकि जो भी दोषी लोग हैं, ये इतने बड़े आतंकी हमला हुआ था, दुनिया भर में उसकी चर्चा हुई, इतने सारे लोग मारे गए। ये शर्मनाक है कि पाकिस्तान आज तक, अभी तक उस पर आगे नहीं बढ़ा है। नीरज, क्वाड के बारे में देखिए, क्वाड का भविष्य उज्ज्वल है और क्वाड की तारीख जब चारों देश मिलकर तय करेंगे तब फिर आपको बताया जाएगा क्वाड के बारे में कि इसकी जो शिखर वार्ता होगी, शिखर सम्मेलन होगी, कब होगी। वी हैव मोर क्वेश्चन टुडे। ओके।